I'm going to talk about fear today. And I've tried re recording this multiple times today. And it's just now happening. And I don't think it's because of the technology glitches. I don't think it's because of the software I'm using it. I think it's because me even saying this out loud is scary. And it's even creating fear in me to put this out into the universe. So I'm going to tell you a secret that very few people in my life, even those who are close to me, know. In fact, there might be just two or three people who know this. So I took about a 7 year, I call it a sabbatical, from really interacting on LinkedIn, fully interacting on LinkedIn. And I did this because of fear. I did this because I was so scared of the repercussions that I was receiving. And so here's essentially what happened. I went out, this was on Facebook. I went out and I started posting on gratitude, posting on things that just were really meaningful to me, things that I felt good about and I just wanted to put out into the world, right? That's what social media is for. Who the heck cares, right? You just post things. And some people are going to like it, some people aren't going to like it. That's just the world of social media, right? It goes in, goes out, and you move on. Well, here's the deal. I was posting this, and there were very few people in a very small group who didn't like it. And they didn't like it. They thought it was not really me. They didn't like how it felt. They were like, "No, this doesn't feel good. This does not feel good." Now, this wasn't all of social media. This small group. This was a small group of folks who, based on their view of the world and their belief system and how they felt, they really didn't like it. And these people were incredibly close to me. Okay, this is where it gets deep, right? They were incredibly close to me at the time. At the time, they were close to me. And so I took this to heart, and it was, to me, devastating. It was devastating what I was hearing. It was devastating how I felt. And it really kind of created this fear of posting based on criticism, posting or putting myself out there. Take posting out of it, right? Putting myself out there. And instead of me expanding my light, instead of me really putting myself out there and authentically really working through and being me and taking chances and being courageous and being bold and just doing it, right? Doing social media, doing life, I contracted and I became really fearful. And I literally stopped being my best self. I stopped producing. I stopped putting content out there. I stopped putting myself in the light in order to protect myself because I was so scared, because I had so much fear around it. Again, this wasn't because everybody on social media told me, it wasn't good. In fact, it was the opposite. In fact, some of you might be listening to this depending on what platform you're on, and you might be like, oh my gosh, I remember those posts. I like those posts. So I stopped because of this small group of individuals who gave me feedback. And at the same time, I was receiving all this positive reinforcement. People were literally reaching out to me and to say, why'd you stop posting? I liked them so much. Why'd you stop posting? Right? The message was really good. But the voice from this very small group of individuals was so strong. And at the time, I really hadn't done the work, right? I was so focused externally, and I hadn't learned to balance and really make sure I was taking care of myself internally, because of the reality, right? All of this, whatever you're doing, whatever project you're working on, if you want it to come out to the world, whether it's posts on social media or it's a book or you're growing your business or what have you, right? 80% of the game is the inner work and the belief systems and the thoughts and everything else that you're working on. 20% is the hustle and getting it out there and the inspired action. So that video is for another time. But my whole point to it is I hadn't done all the internal work. I was in the process of doing so much of that work, and I let fear overcome me to the point where I literally just stopped. And I share this today because as I have been posting more, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've noticed that Gina's posting more. Part of me posting was to overcome fear. Part of me is posting, not because, not, I'm also inspired, right? So I just want to make sure that that's very clear. I am inspired to post, which is why I'm doing it and why I'm doing it now. But it takes so much to make these videos sometimes and put myself out there. And it's not because I think all of you who are listening to it aren't going to get value from it, but it's because I'm breaking free right now. And I'm doing it live. I'm doing it live on social media because I'm making this video, but I'm literally in the process of breaking free from fear and putting myself out there and becoming stronger than those few voices, becoming stronger than those thoughts that conveyed that I wasn't necessarily good enough, or I wasn't ready, or it wasn't time, or oh, you know what, somebody may not like it, or this may not feel good to somebody, or you know what, somebody else is out there kind of saying the same message, so why me? Why not? And so it's literally the why not that is helping me to break through and helping me break free from the things that have been holding me down. And so I make a point to post, even if it's not perfect. I make a point to put myself out there. Again, even if it's not perfect, I make a point to put myself front and center, even though it's incredibly scary and I have no idea how it's going to be received. I have no idea what people are going to say. And guess what? It doesn't matter. And I know that, right? I know it doesn't matter. You all listening to this, you know it doesn't matter. But guess what? There's still that piece of me, that's still that part of me that has to push through, that has to do it, even though there's still that sliver that's trying to protect me, that's trying to say that part of me that's saying, whoa, don't put yourself out there because it may be scary. It may not go well. It may not feel good, right? Something may happen that is less than positive. So I felt compelled to put this out there today and share it. One, because, well, I'm sharing it. And guess what happens when you share what you're scared of, or what you share what your experiences are, you begin to dissolve it. And it becomes less scary. It just becomes something that is occurring within you, but it doesn't take you over. So talking about it and processing it aloud is so important. And the other piece is, if any of you are out there that want to do something, maybe it's you want to write a book, maybe you want to publish an article, maybe you too want to post some videos because you feel like the message that you have is going to inspire others. And maybe some of you are trying to get that next job or trying to grow your business with a new, big, huge, audacious idea, whatever the case may be. If you're feeling fear, I hope that you're hearing this message, because don't take that 7-year sabbatical. Don't, meaning like don't do what I did. You have your own version of it, right? I'm sure, but you don't need to take the 7-year sabbatical and hide. In fact, the world needs you more than ever to shine. And the world needs you more than ever to put those grand ideas out there, to send those inspiring messages, to be vulnerable in public, to be able to just walk an authentic walk, to put yourself out there in such a way that allows you to just be bright and help other people be bright. So the message today is just go for it, right? Just go for it. And I'm going to continue to put messages out there because you know what? doesn't matter how scary it is. It's just important that the message comes out, and it's time. And it's important for me to be able to step forward, step over the line. I love that language, right? Just step over the line and make it happen, and just tell that fear, not today. Tell the fear, you know what? I really appreciate the fact that you were there to protect me at one point, and not needed right now. Take a chance, be bold, and just do that one thing that scares you. But you know that when you do it, and you know that when you put yourself out there, you could possibly just change your world, and you will finally feel free. All right. With that, I'll see you guys in the next message. Have a blessed day.